Hi, I'm Leah and I'm going to read chapter 5. From Jake's words, Ted thought he would find Millie pretty soon, but the lights had gone on and off 3 times and he still hadn't found her. Ted was feeling super tired and a bit achy from making hop after hop after hop. Not only that, but he had burned his base on a blinky fairy light, and he was now more than a bit grumpy. When he finally did come across her, he was unprepared. "Gah!" gasped Ted, as he pulled himself up to a new level of branches and had to immediately shield his eyes. "Too bright!" Millie's high tinkly laugh rippled towards him in reply. As Ted's eyes adjusted to the glare, he saw her. She had wrapped herself in fairy lights and tinsel and was grinning at him in excited delight. "Don't you just love the Christmas tree, Ted? Isn't it worth a whole year shut in a dark, dingy box for all this? The lights, the sparkle, the smell, and oh, the angels!" Then she immediately burst into song, and "Angels from the realms of glory" filled the air and attacked Ted's ears. Millie was an enthusiastic singer, but she didn't always hit the right notes. Ted was tired, and not so sure he loved any of it right now. Any chance you could, turn a few of the lights off, Millie?" shouted Ted, covering his eyes and wishing he could cover his ears at the same time. "I can hardly see you." He meant turn down the volume too, but was too polite to say so. Millie was outraged. "What? Do you think that's what the shepherd said to the angels on that special holy night? Can you turn down the lights, please? I mean, honestly." "But Millie," Ted tried another tactic loudly, "I don't even know what an angel is." Millie stopped at once. "Tangled tinsel, Ted! I'd forgotten you were straight out of the box." She gave one of her bulbs around her middle a twist, and the 2 white flashing rings of light dimmed to a less mesmerising glow. "You'd better meet my friends, but tread gently, Ted. They're pretty special." Just like his mum had done at the start of his journey, Millie carefully pulled aside a curtain of tinsel to reveal 3 wooden figures. Their hands were folded together and their eyes were tightly shut, as if they were praying, but their mouths were open in silent song. They were dressed in smooth, simple robes, and above their heads, each one wore a delicately carved ring, a halo, so thin that you could hardly see where it attached. But it was the wings that really made Ted catch his breath. They spread out behind their backs like the graceful wings of a swan about to take off from the water. Ted could see each feather folded individually, layered over the one behind. He longed to reach out and touch them, but he was a smart bauble and knew that this would not go down well with Millie. She was looking at them like they were from another world. Well, that made sense. "Aren't they beautiful, Ted?" "Yes," Ted whispered, nodding. He didn't really have the words. "These are angels," said Millie reverently, although Ted had kind of worked that out for himself. "They serve God. They're his messengers. And at Christmas, they were sent to tell people the good news about the birth of a special baby, his son, here on earth." "And did they tell that to the shepherds?" asked Ted, still unable to take his eyes away. "Oh yes," said Millie, letting the tinsel curtain drop in front of the figures again, and they sang praises to God, like this. "Gloria, Hosanna in excelsis." "That's nice," shouted Ted above the racket, more to stop her than anything else. "What does excelsis mean?" Millie paused, looking puzzled. "I don't know, actually. But the angels sang it, so it must be something wonderful." She opened her mouth wider to sing again. "Millie," cut in Ted quickly, "what else did the angels tell the shepherds?" "Oh, I do know this. I learnt it off by heart," said Millie, clearing her throat importantly and putting on her best angel voice. "Ahem. Do not be afraid. I bring you joyful news. This day in Bethlehem, a rescuer has been born. He is God's Son, the Lord. You will find the baby wrapped up and lying in a manger. A manger? What's that? Asked Ted. Like a feeding trough for animals. Even Millie looked a little perplexed at this. It's strange, I know, but honestly, Ted, it will all make sense. Just, I know, said Ted, sighing. Follow the star. He's still very excited to find out his why, but it was all so confusing. Shepherds, a feeding trough. Wasn't this baby supposed to be special? It didn't add up, and he was starting to feel exhausted by the whole thing. After spending most of his life in a box, this was a lot to take in. Millie looked closely into his face and clinked her hanger, wrapped in tinsel as it was, against his. Hey, Ted, don't suppose Uncle Dan gave you anything earlier? Of course, thought Ted, brightening in an instant. Now it's definitely time. Gently he pulled the chocolate star from his pocket and turned it over and over, taking a last look at its markings. It was perfect. Oh, he made you a star! It's lovely, smiled Millie. Mine was a ring, like a halo. I remember Uncle Dan saying he didn't know if angels really had rings of light above their heads, but he thought that it suited them anyway. Go on then, eat it. Would you like some? Asked Ted, holding the star out to Millie. Oh no, she said. That's totally all yours. It's food for a journey. Enjoy. I'll see you soon, Ted. Ted thanked her. After all, she wasn't so bad once she'd stopped singing. As he took his first bite of the chocolate star, and the deep, sweet, velvety taste filled his mouth, he felt ready to journey on again. He'd forgotten to ask Millie who was next, but really, he knew it could only be one bauble. Where Millie was, Monty couldn't be far away.